Ninja Pro tricks that you can use in your Pro Video Studio setup to increase professionalism, of course, but also to increase audience retention, audience engagement, all of that great stuff that gets you more views, that gets you longer views, that gets you a lot more traction, and can also kind of impress your peers. Does anybody want to do that? I know we do, even if we don't like to admit it. All right, so we're going to dig into these 3 Ninja Pro tricks. Are you ready to rock? All right, let's dig into these 3 Ninja Pro tricks that you can use. If you have questions and you're watching live, go ahead and pop them in there. I'm gonna go through these real quick and then we'll tackle Q&A at the end. If you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, of course, you can still ask questions. All right, if you don't know me, by the way, my name is Luria Petrucci and I help you create professional live streams and video studios that are uniquely you. And I love to help you shine and really grow your audience through your personality and everything that goes along with it. Today we're talking studios, of course, and what you can do in a pro studio that really increases all of these things, like the professionalism and the engagement and the retention. So first and foremost, it's really all about broadcast quality made easy. So a lot of people kind of stop at that thought. Like, okay, wait, I can just go live from my phone or I can just go live from the browser. And it's really super simple. But as you increase your quality and as you increase your pro production, you actually get a lot more cool stuff, a lot fancier stuff that does all of those things that I was mentioning. And guess what? It also is super easy. It is push button simple. And when I say push button simple, this is what I mean. This is what we call an X keys. And I forgot to bring the Stream Deck down. The Stream Deck is for Mac users, and I will be putting that in this studio as I convert this to a Mac Ecamm studio. And I know I've been talking about that for a while. It's coming. My injuries kind of stopped me from making a bunch of movement around the studio, but I promise, like, we're getting there and I'm excited about it. But having a pro studio is all about push button simple, right? I literally can do all the things. I can throw your comments up. I can do the intro that you just saw me do, right? I can throw a little lower third, a call to action, whatever you want to call it. I can share my screen. That's you guys commenting right now, right? I can do all of these things and really without looking, right? So like I have this down here and I know where those buttons are positioned on my keypad so that I can just do all the things. It looks like I have a producer, yet super secret, I don't, right? I'm doing it all by myself. And that is really fun, but also it gives you a lot of confidence in yourself. It gives you a lot of confidence in your production. It gives you the ability to concentrate on the content, which is where you really need to be concentrating, right? We don't want you. I know that tech is a lot of your mental effort at the moment, but if you get the tech out of the way and you just have that set up, your push button simple, you're just doing your production and you can focus on delivering the best possible content that you can for your audience so that you can drive your business forward, right? All right. Yes, the Stream Deck is quite good. I keep picking on Eddie with the comments today. The Stream Deck is great. I'm going to be adding that to my production and getting rid of the X keys. So X keys for PC, Stream Deck for Mac users. And you know, you really can do just so much with that. How much would you love to be able to do? Oh, Susan, you're going to be able to with Ecamm. So the workshop that we just released, the Create Your Dream Video Studio workshop, is going to let you do all of this stuff with Ecamm. So everything that I'm talking about is coming to Ecamm. And if you want to grab the workshop pre-order bundle discount, ends Friday, noon Pacific. So don't forget, do not come to me later and asking me, wait, hold on. I missed out. I missed out because I did not take advantage of it. All right. Yeah, I have the XL Skywalker, and I think the XL is definitely the way to go if you can afford it. So next, second ninja trick is overhead shots, right? So you can do this with a smaller production for sure, but the amount of the extra effort that you can go to in order to get a really great looking shot with overhead shots is so much better when it's in a pro studio. Let me show you why. So we've got this. I looked down. I told you didn't have to look down. I actually didn't know where the pip button was. I need to learn that one. So this is what I mean when I'm talking about overhead shots and pro quality. Like, look at what James DeLong is doing here. And those of you who are DIYers, you're in the crafting business, or just as a hobby or whatever, you could literally go ahead and just do two cameras, an overhead shot and a in the face camera. You could do that from a really simple setup, but what you can't do is this. Right? So it's designed, it's laid out, it's really offering the viewer the best possible of scenarios. What I love about this is that hold on, I'm just going to come back here and make sure there was no echo. I turned off the echo. I just want to make sure everybody's not like echo. Okay. Like last time I shared my screen, they were like echo. So what he's doing is offering the viewers the best possible experience because they get to see him. And we all know that the reason to do video, right, is so that your viewer can connect to you as a human being, see those smiles, see the emotion in your face. And you're now seeing like him as he's learning to do this. He's literally watching. This is him watching a tutorial video and sharing this process with his community. And then he's learning how to do the knot, whatever this is, slip knot and chain stitch. And so, he's giving them just the incredible amount of information in one go. And that's what I love about these ninja tricks, is that you can actually do something like this. And his doesn't really take, like, it's designed, but it's not a complicated design. It's a yellow background with frames put in there. It's really not that complicated. And it doesn't require, like, if you do something like this, it doesn't even require a designer, right? Not like, in most cases, I would highly suggest you hire a designer and don't do your own graphics. But if you can do something super simple like this, you don't need to. So, it's really going the extra mile for your viewers so that they are glued to the screen. Like if I'm learning crocheting, or if I'm, hanging out with James, I am glued to the screen because guess what? There's so much going on. There's not a dead space. There's no dead space right there. And I love that. I really love that. And I hope that kind of gives you a really good indication of like what you can do. Of course, you can do all of the things. You can go to the intro, you can put in recorded videos, you can share your screen, you can throw the comments up on the screen, you can do the lower third, the words on screen, communicating your message. You can do all of those things. So overhead shots are a really, really powerful option with that. And then the third ninja trick, if you guys have questions, go ahead and pop them in the comments. The third ninja trick is overlays. So if somebody, I don't think we've gotten a super chat on YouTube yet on this stream, but if somebody wants to help me out here and showcase what happens when we get a super chat, then if we were watching David's studio, something will pop up on screen, and we have the background lights that flash in David's studio, and you can do just a whole lot of really cool things from that perspective. And I should have, yes, glued to the screen. Haha, maybe Velcro would be less painful. Fun me. So I should have pulled up a video since we don't have a super chat. I was kind of relying on you guys. I don't have it, but so Abby like pops up on screen. Abby the Chihuahua, who is our dog, she pops up on screen and plays a little like there's music and there's video, and David and I pop up and we say things and Abby barks. Like, it's a whole engagement thing. Jesse just super chatted.
Awesome.
You don't see that every day.
Jesse and your tech coach, thank you guys so much. You're really helping me out here with the display and the examples.
Cool.
Awesome.
And we have another one coming from Daniel Peterson. Thank you guys so much. So this is an example of what happens. There we go. And this is another. So we have like different amounts will pop up different things, right? So you just saw Abby pop up in the corner. It's a little less distracting for the like smaller amounts. And then I think it's above $5. Super Chat gets the full on. And you noticed how it rotates through different ones, right? And you can do that stuff. We have Ken McCann, who does dog training, and he does a YouTube show, and he has like a train coming out on his super chats with like the dog that pops up and things like that. So you can brand this to your show, and you can increase engagement from this perspective. It really, I can't tell you how much it increases engagement, because that's like, wow. I mean, people just want to see Abby all the time because they love her. They want to see which one they're going to get. Are they going to get the sax? Are they going to get the bass? Which Abby version are they going to get? It's gamification at its finest, and you can do that with your streams. Now, Ecamm users on a Mac, that is coming. There is a version of it that works, but to go the full extent like we do, that is coming. And we are training you in that whole process through our bundle. So here's the deal. We have just released the Create Your Video Studio Workshop, and that is a complete DIY program, step-by-step, 3-step process that we walk you through so that you can see exactly what to do, so that you don't waste any money or time building your studio. And I just want to show this to you. So that's the step one. Step one is to plan your studio. You have to plan it out. We give you the gear you need. We give you a kit that literally walks you through everything you possibly would need, tell you how to phase that out if you don't have the budget for it all at once. And we also show you how to like choose the right room and the right space. It doesn't matter if you have a basement. Doesn't matter if you have a basement, if you have a little corner. This is like a 4x8 corner. If you're in the kitchen or the dining room, it doesn't matter. We show you how to use those multi-purpose spaces. So that's all about the planning stage. And then the building stage is step number 2. And that will walk you through exactly what you need to do as you build out your studio, how to create your set background that looks awesome. It's full of personality and it's attractive to viewers. Tips for shared space, like I said, and then recording and going live through your Mac or through your PC. Either or, we got you covered. And we do talk about simulcasting as well. Like I said, we do the gear kits, and we actually give you diagrams. I'm going to show you this. Oops. I'm going to show you the diagrams that we're putting in this workshop that we've never done before. Hold on, I have to get down to it. I'll draw my post of dogs. That's Abby. That's Abby, and she's cute. All right, so this is an example of a diagram that we're giving you so that you actually know exactly where everything goes. So you're not just buying gear, because we've heard from past students, we've never done this workshop before, but in past trainings and stuff, they're like, I bought the gear, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what cable goes where or where this is placed in my physical space. So we're taking care of you. Mac users, PC users, we've got you laid out and we show you exactly what to do. Like, you don't have to even think about this stuff at this point. It's just meant to get you going quickly. And then, like I said, we do have the pre-order bundle that ends on Friday at noon Pacific. So Friday, March 6th. At noon Pacific. Go here, or if you're watching on Facebook, you can literally type in studio in the comments and get access to that via Messenger. But if you're watching on YouTube, you want to go to this link, livestreamingpros.com/studio. This bundle that goes away, or that price increases after Friday, is the Create Your Dream Video Studio, the thing I've just talked to you about, but also advanced live video software. So here's the thing, all of the pop-ups and stuff that we were talking about, those are literally in the advanced live video software. So here's the honest truth. If you wait until after Friday, you're going to have to pay separately or more for the bundle, and it won't even be available for another couple weeks. So you want to get it now if you want to be able to do those pop-ups or anything for that lesser price. $67, guys. It's $67 for 3 workshops. It's ridiculous. And then the Uniquely You Content Strategy Workshop, where we teach you how to add your personality into your content and grow your audience and your business based on you and your personality, so that you're not just doing what other people tell you to do. You're making your own way, and you're making it really personal to you. Okay, so I think that's going to be super helpful to you guys. Once you get the tech going, you're going to need that strategy to increase your audience. So that's why this bundle is together. So it all fits together. You're going to get benefit from all of them. And I would highly recommend getting that before that price increases. The discount goes away on Friday. So if you have any questions about any of this, let me know now. The bundle is the 67. Yes, you're getting the bundle for 67. Whereas in the future, in the near future, when we reopen this, like this later this month, to the public, because you guys are our friends. Like, that's why we're giving you a discount. You're our friends, and you've been here and you hang out with us each week, and we want to thank you for that, and we want to take care of you. And so yeah, the bundle is 67. Now the workshop itself is gonna, like, each individual workshop would be 67 later this month when we reopen the doors after Friday closes down. So that's why I'm trying to get you to, like, take action now, because that is a great price. And here's the thing, is, like, we wanted to price that at something that everybody can afford, because we didn't want it to be something that's unreachable, and we want everybody to get access to it. We work with some of the biggest names in the industry, and they're amazing to work with. We love our clients. You can see all of them on that page when you go to livestreamingpros.com/studio. You can see all of the people that we work with: Amy Porterfield, Michael Hyatt, Pat Flynn, Sean Cannell, Benji Travis, Daryl Eves, like all of these amazing people, right? And you can see their testimonials and everything, but we charge a lot to work with them, right? Like, we charge $7,500 minimum. Like that's our minimum fee to build somebody's studio. But we were like, no, we cannot do that. Obviously, we're not going to charge you $7,500 for a course, but the like $297 is where our peers were telling us is the minimum we should price this at, because of the amount of work we've put into it to make it super simple for you and put all of the PDFs in there, the workbooks to help you make progress faster, and the kits and all of that. But we couldn't do it. We just couldn't do it because we want the little guys, us, all of us creating content out there, just working our butts off to be able to get access to that. And I want you to put your budget towards the gear and towards your pro studio instead of a course, right? So that's why we priced it that way. Eddie says, going to take a look at your bundle now. Awesome, Eddie. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. Gail says, so grateful for the reduced price. Absolutely. Navarro, I keep emailing you. You must not be getting my emails. Check spam. Navarro, you are all taken care of. It was my goof last Friday when I looked you up. I looked in my system and it said today. Like, has this person done anything today? I forgot to change that to all time, which I always forget in my system. So that was all my goof. You are fine. Check your email. Sorry that you're not getting that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, hold on. Somebody was asking a question. Yes, Zborn, it is USD. It is 67 US dollars. I was looking for your question. Okay, this is a different question. Hey there. I'm streaming with Ecamm 300 Fathers. Says to Facebook, any idea why color and exposure is so off from my computer screen to Facebook? That's because Facebook darkens it and does some like weird, like munjo, what's that word? Facebook changes what you see. Like, so first and foremost, your monitor may not be like actual colors, right? Like so for example, this monitor, my confidence monitor that I'm looking at to make sure I know what's going out on stream, that monitor is like off when it comes to colors, right? So your monitor, if it's on the cheaper side, which is totally fine, it will display colors that are not accurate. That's the word I was looking for, accurate. But at the same time, even if you have a color accurate monitor, then Facebook is still doing some weird things on their end. So it always looks a little different. So nothing you can do. I mean, you could adjust on your end for favor of Facebook, but it's not that much difference. Okay. Where is your question? I guess I missed it. So MD, everybody's like trying to answer you. I don't know what your original question was. So if I missed that, obviously I did. Just let me know if you didn't get the answer from the community. And by the way, I love you guys. You are taking care of people and helping each other out. And I adore that. Thank you for being an amazing community to each other, not only us. Thank you. All right, what other questions do you guys have about this? Video Doc says, my church has asked about streaming to 2 channels, so I have to get Ecamm, but what are your thoughts on Caster to get 2 signals from 1 stream? So I would use, if you're gonna use Ecamm, I would use a service like Restream to do that. So Ecamm does not do that as of now natively, so I would go with like Restream as the option. What X keys am I using? I'm using the 24 X keys. David uses the 80, the 60. I think David uses either the 80 or the 60. So I would highly recommend, if you want to like do a lot of extra stuff, that you go bigger so that you have room to grow into your production. He has like all the possibilities. And when we do higher level productions like webinars or things like that, we do actually use additional keys. But at the same time, this really has the majority of buttons. As you can see, I'm not even filling all of the buttons right now. And so I, don't have all of them even filled yet for this production. So hopefully that helps. I think if you go to lsp.tools/xkeys, we have a link for that. But we just find it works a little bit cleaner. So the X keys do function a little bit better. However, they don't work with Ecamm. So Stream Deck for Ecamm, X keys for PC, because they're solid in terms of, like, sometimes the Stream Decks you have to like unplug and plug back in and things like that. It's not really like that bad, honestly. But at the same time, you know, every little thing that you add that kind of goes wrong, but it's never failed during a stream. It's just like when we open up Ecamm, it will maybe stop working or whatever. So you have to like unplug it and plug it back in. Things like that, just little bugs from the software side on the Elgatos. That's the only reason. No, I cannot make my voice sound like a chipmunk. That is a GoXLR feature, and that is PC only, unfortunately. The GoXLRs are PC only, unfortunately. But, all right, so what other questions do you have? I want to make sure, have you grabbed that workshop bundle? The price ends $67 for 3 workshops. That goes away on Friday, this Friday, the 6th at noon Pacific. That's 3 p.m. Eastern, and I don't know what time UK. You're gonna have to calculate that one yourself because I don't do live math. And I hate it when people come like the day after. They're like, but I wasn't paying any attention, or I meant to, and I didn't get it. So here's what's gonna happen after Friday at noon, and we will be live with you for our Friday show as we close out that cart, right? So what happens on Friday, it will go to a waiting list. Like, you won't even be able to purchase it again until we reopen that later this month. So, and at that point, the price is up. So you're gonna you have one of 2 choices: pay more later or get a really good deal right now before the end. Or your third choice is to not get it at all. And if you're wondering, I don't know if I really need this, let me help you. Talk to me right now, and or chat with me on the website. Literally, if you go to the website, you can see right here at the bottom of the screen is a chat bar. Now, if I'm in a meeting or whatever, it may take me a little while to get to you, but I will answer you as quickly as humanly possible. And you just have that chat room and then ask us a question. If you're not sure if it's right for you, or if you're stumbling over something, or you're not sure what's in the course or whatever, let me know so that we can talk through that so that you don't just miss out on it, right? And I promise you, I hereby make this promise to you. I will not encourage you to buy something that is not right for you. I have told multiple people throughout this last week not to buy it because they don't need it, right? So if it's not right for you, I will tell you it's not right for you. If it is, I will tell you. And we have put so much effort into this that we're very excited about it. It is probably the best course that we've ever released, just because it's not overwhelming in terms of amount of videos that you have to watch. We've put a lot of that into the workbook and into the kit and into the diagrams and stuff, so that it's easier to go through, one, and you're not going to just spend a ton of time going through all of the videos and just lesson after lesson after lesson. It's actually a pretty small workshop, but we've done all of this pre-work to be able to say, all right, what are the absolutes that they need, and how can we condense that information? And so I'm really proud of that because that was a hard thing to do. Audio Dabbler says, what do you use for streaming on Mac OS, OBS? Or no, we do not recommend OBS. We recommend Ecamm. So Ecamm is our preferred go-to. Now, it is a cost. So if you're running a small production, like a single camera, and you maybe want to put like a lower third on screen, like this, like if you want to like put something on screen, you can use OBS. It will work. It just has a lot of bugs and it has a lot of issues the more you add to it. I just got an email from somebody this morning saying, okay. I hear you. OBS is crapping out on me. I'm finally moving to vMix or Ecamm, right? Like, so we tell you this stuff over and over and over and over. And some of you don't listen to us, and then eventually you listen to us. So there are reasons why we recommend only two softwares, one for Mac and one for PC, and that is because they will give you the best possible results, allow you to grow into them, and not frustrate the hell out of you while you're trying to stream because you don't need that. You do not need frustration while you're trying to stream or right before you go live, right? So that is why we recommend, yes, open source. Like, I love open source software. It's a great concept and it's great that people do this, but it has its issues, right? And you're going to encounter issues. Sorry, just joining. Ravi says, oh, that is okay. Sorry, but sorry, I just read that. Wondering if you teach mainly OBS in this course. Absolutely not. I think I might have just answered that, Ravi, but I'll answer that specifically for you. The only two programs that we teach in this program, in this workshop, is vMix and Ecamm. vMix for PC, Ecamm for Mac. Now, David has discussed, and there is a possibility that we will add some OBS training to the workshop, which you can get here. That goes away Friday at noon Pacific. But I can't promise you that yet. I think that he'll probably add some OBS training, maybe not like super in depth, but at least like give people an option if they really want to use OBS. So there you go. Wow, you're late, aren't you? Rich, you're like watching way behind, I think. You're just now seeing that. That's hilarious. Yes, for me, a live picture makes it more exciting for listeners. It's interactive. Yes. So any visuals that you can add to your production, you do it, right? And often you'll see me share my screen and have slides or share videos like I was doing with him, right? So like I show you what I'm talking about. And so that's a really useful thing to do. Okay, which camera, MD, wanted to know, do I prefer for streaming? All right, so our recommendation is either the Sony a6100 with a 16mm lens, or the A5100 if you're on a budget with the 16mm lens. So lenses, there's a video on our YouTube channel all about depth of field and lens choices. So I would highly suggest you watch that if you have questions about which lens to get. But those are our two recommendations for the majority of people. And it's really what we're starting to put in our own clients' studios as well. Okay, so I didn't know earlier what time. So Dave, thank you. Or Paul, I'm not sure which one is posting that. But so the deadline is ending. So the discount for 3 workshops for only $67 ends Friday. Friday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, and 8 p.m. in the UK. Thank you. I did not know that before. I was like, I'm not gonna live try and calculate that. Oh, Ryan just purchased endorsements by Pat Flynn and Michael Hyatt sealed the deal for me. Oh, that's awesome. We freaking love those two. Everybody who's on that page. Like, honestly, we have had, I can't tell you how lucky we are. Like, we, you know, you do client work and you're like, okay, so sometimes client work can be like hard, like really super hard. And, I do like one-on-one consults and things like that. But when we do studio builds for clients like Pat Flynn and Michael Hyatt and Amy Porterfield and Ryan Levesque and, Benji Travis and all of these amazing people, when we do that, it is some of the most fun that we have. And unfortunately, I don't actually get to go on site and hang out, but David and the team, when they go out there and build their studios, it's so much fun to work with these guys. Like, they are the best, most generous people that you could ever imagine. Like, you see their personalities on camera and you're like, they're cool. I wonder if they're really like that in person. They're even better in person because they're so generous and warm and inviting. So just total rant and tangent there, but thank you for purchasing, Ryan. Welcome. And I love those guys. I can't say enough about them. All right. I'm behind on comments. Hold on. I'm going to the top of the page. There is a price to be paid for everything, including free. Oh, that's a good point, Kathleen. So yeah, like when we're talking about OBS and everything. And another thing to consider is if you're like on the fence about buying training in order to make progress, and you're like, I don't really need it. I could probably figure this out myself. Yeah, probably good, because we give you all kinds of suggestions for free on this YouTube channel, right? So we give you a lot of the information. But what it does take is when you do that stuff for free, it takes a lot of your time and it takes a lot of mental energy and it takes mistakes and spending money on things that you don't actually want, right? Like if you go through YouTube, here's the real honest truth. When you go through YouTube and you're like, I'm gonna piece this together and I'm gonna piece that together and I'm gonna piece that together, what happens is, well, some of those people may have a recommendation that's updated for something that you're watching that's 2 years old. Right? This happens to us all the time. We have videos that are older recommendations, and now we have better recommendations. We try and put like notes in the description of those older videos, but in reality, a lot of people don't see that, right? And so you may be buying something that is not as efficient or not as good, and then you're gonna have to rebuy that later on. And buying a workshop for 67 bucks, 3 workshops for 67 bucks, it tells you everything you need to know in step-by-step processes and eliminates all of the frustration and it eliminates all of the guesswork and the time that it takes for you to piece all of that together, right? So that's one benefit of grabbing the workshop as it is, because you don't have to waste time, budget, or frustration, right? So grab that before that discount goes away. I know I'm pushing it hard today, but I don't want you to come to me on Friday afternoon and be like, Luria, I need it. I need to see if I will be missing anything being grandfathered in from when you could just purchase Ecamm outright. I know they are on the subscribing model now, so that's a great question. I don't think you're missing anything. Do you have the pro version? Here's what I would ask you to do. Go into Ecamm and go into preferences, and you'll see what, if you have the pro version or like what subscription you have. So you're not subscribed, right, with Ecamm if you were grandfathered in because you bought when they were just on a single price model, like a one-time fee. I don't know the actual answer to that. I can find out for you, but I think if you like look to see if it says pro, then you're good to go. Like if it says pro, you're good to go. You have everything you need. If it doesn't, then you are missing out on some things. Just that's probably the easiest way to figure that one out. So Della, that's a great question. I have a Lumix G7. Would you recommend switching cameras? If it's working for you, like, are you hooked up to stream? Are you doing it? Does it look good? Are you happy with it? Don't switch. Simple as that. If it's working for you, there's no need to spend money on something unless there's something that you want that it's not producing for you, So that would be my answer to that. If you're good, don't worry about it. Spend your money on something else. If it's not and you don't like it, then yeah. Michael, how's your back doing? It's good. I'm healing every day. Like I got treatment on Monday, and the 2 days following a treatment are always a little painful just because of the healing process. But I'm good. Whoa! First 1,000. First 1,000. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, thank you. Really appreciate you. Alrighty. Hello, gameplay. Kwesi? Am I saying your name right? All right. There we go. Everybody taking care. There is so much to be said. Wait, what did I? Oh, I thought I had something else on screen. There's so much to be said for having a one-stop shop to find your answer from a source you can trust. Indeed. And if you want that, there's the link again. If you're on Facebook, you can literally type studio in the comments and you're good to go. I can't, oh no, M-Dog, no, you cannot give your 4K tip. I don't know why I just bleeped myself and then said it. It doesn't work without a bleeper. Yes, videos go out of date really quickly. Do a tutorial for an app that gets updated the next day and changes the entire layout. Yes, I know, right? We have, oh my God, we have this video that continues to get views. It was done in like 2015, maybe? It's about the Logitech software, the C920 Logitech software. Of course, now the software that we recommended and that we were showing off looks different, but it also, they charge for it now, and it was free back then, and he said it's free, and now people like complain, like, oh my God, this isn't free. What are you talking about? It can be frustrating to do YouTube videos sometimes, but so worth it, so worth it. When would you recommend upgrading to something like X keys over a super cheap additional number keypad? You can get those, yes. And so that is one thing inside of the workshop, David, that we recommend. Like we have these recommendations and then we have these budget options. And a number keypad is exactly one of those budget options so that you don't have to spend the money on the X keys. Now, so a number keypad is only going to give you like what, 10 keys, right? 9 keys. How many keys are on a number pad? I'll let you figure that one out. It only gives you so many options. So if one, there's the growth that you would want an actual X keys or Stream Deck. So growth in terms of ability and adding a whole big production to that and being able to do a lot of different things. And then the second thing would be actually, one is that number keypad silent, right? Is that audio going into your production from clicking the buttons? I don't love that, to hear that sound. And then another thing to think about is, what was I going to say? What was the other thing? There was another third thing. It's about the, oh, that's right. It's about, so knowing what it is, right? On these, so on a number keypad, you could get crafty and like, oh, Lene!
Awesome!
You don't see that every day.
Lene, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. All right. So the other thing that I was going to say was these. Come on. There we go. See how I have like words on them? Sometimes we do pictures. Sometimes we do words. But we can visualize at a glance what that is. With a number keypad, you have to actually think about it. You have to say, like, in your brain, you have to know that 9 equals record, or 1 is stream, or 2 is the pip, right? You have to know those things back and forth. So it's about all of those things. Hopefully that makes sense. Eddie, oh, we've all been there. You are not alone, my dear. You are not alone. All right. I know we have more questions. Holy cow. You guys are chatty today. I love it. What is the best laptop for streaming? So Ryan, I believe you got the workshop, did you not? So in that workshop, we will walk you through which laptops to get, BC and Mac, and which PCs, like when you should go for a desktop and when you should go for the PC or the laptop. So Ryan, I would highly suggest that you just like that's coming. I know we haven't released that module yet. My mostly viewed video is 4 years old and the software is not even called that anymore. Don't you love it, Daniel? Oh, that's hilarious. We have talked about the A10 mini test. David can talk to you more about that on Friday. He doesn't love it, but it is good for some people. So you could ask him about that on Friday. He is actually, I saw somebody ask, where is David? Well, first of all, he never joins me for the Wednesday streams. These are my time with you without David. So this is when you and I get to hang out. David is on the Friday shows with both of us, but he is currently in Seattle at Benji Travis's studio, and they are doing some additional interviews, some final video for our freaking Pimp My Studio series that we're kicking off with Benji. This has been over a year in the works. Literally, we've been working on this project for over a year, but it is finally coming out in March. You should see the first Pimp My Studio collaboration series. This will be the pilot episode, so I'll be interested to hear what you think about that. And it is the first of many that we will do as we go forward into 2020 and 2021 and beyond, to infinity and beyond. David got no power over you today. You certainly can, M-Dog. This is a 4K 4K welcome stream just for you, M-Dog, because I like ya. Mauricio says, are you using Ecamm or have I switched to Okay, so here's the deal. I can't answer that question because it's backwards. So I'm still using vMix. Like I've been using vMix. I am switching over to Ecamm. So this entire studio is going to become an Ecamm production. And I haven't done it yet, even though I've been talking about it for a while because of my injury. I just honestly moving stuff around, being up, trying to get everything in order. Like it hasn't been in me. So now that I'm starting to feel better, I am going to be able to accomplish that soon. So that is coming to Ecamm. I've been using and am currently using vMix today. I knew it. I mean, come on, Adam. Where have you been? Where have you been? Oh, Paul says, I did. I've seen the pics. Yes, there are pictures of me as a ninja. Do you guys want to see that? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find images. David has them on his phone. I bet Paul knows where to find them. Let's see. If I can't find it, I'll just give up on it. But there are pictures of me, for sure, as a ninja. Oh, here we go. I hate how Google Photos displays everything now. Okay, you guys ready? There you go. Ninja Callie. Luria, the old Callie. I did dress up as a ninja. I had a whole sword and everything. That bottom one is me actually climbing over tables. It was for a video. I was doing an endorsement and a sponsorship with Bausch & Lomb at the Context, you know. And I dressed up as a ninja. It was this whole fun video. Like, that was some good stuff right there. That was some really good stuff. I still have, wait, do I still have the sword? The sword is somewhere. I don't know if I still have that, actually. Callie, yes, exactly, Michael. we don't know what I call myself anymore. It was Callie Lewis, Luria Petrucci, like who knows? Ninja! Are you joking, Eric? Who is this Callie girl? Never heard of her. For those of you who haven't, I think Eric's probably joking. But if you haven't, if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I did for 10 years a tech review show, one of the first that ever existed. Now everybody does a tech review show. But for 10 years, I did that under the pseudonym of Callie Lewis. And that's how I gained 2 million followers. It's how I gained my success, learned all the things that I teach you now. And those were fun times. But I don't do the same thing anymore. So I was like, nope, I'm just like, I'm going back to me. Oh, yes. We need some custom emotes. David, get on it. Oh, thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. Now we're talking about Callie Lewis. How did this stream go from talking about studios to talking about Callie? Oh yes, yes. It was so much fun. So back in the day, and this is why I'm able to teach you guys stuff that I don't currently do, but like I used to do a lot of sponsorships and host endorsement deals. So I would get paid really well for a sponsorship and to be able to integrate that sponsorship into my content. And we always had a ton of fun doing that, right? And it's like, I never, ever wanted to be like, and today's episode is brought to you by, I mean, sometimes I did, but it always irked me. So the more fun and integrated the sponsorship could be with the content, so much better, because you guys enjoyed it, right? Those of you who watched back then, y'all always enjoyed kind of the more fun sponsorship stuff we did. It's kind of like Live View, right? So last year, 2 years ago, when we were doing the Live View sponsorship, that was wholly integrated into our content. And that is, I mean, this is a totally different subject, but, and that's the kind of stuff that we talk about in the content workshop. And so the Uniquely You content workshop that is part of this bundle that you can get now, you'll learn like these things, right? But if you are going to be doing sponsorships, you want to add some personality to it. And that Bausch & Lomb sponsorship was probably the most fun we had, because we had this whole ninja video. I woke up and we had like, Minority Report. You could like I was like flipping through the mirror and like looking at my day and things like that. So I was like digitized all day long. Anyway, make sure that you grab this workshop before the bundle discount goes away. $67 right now for 3 workshops: Create Your Dream Video Studio, the Advanced Live Video Software Workshop, and the Uniquely You Content Strategy Workshop coming out in the spring. And you will get all of that for $67. As soon as noon hits on Friday, guess what happens? It goes away. It goes to a wait list. You can still sign up for the wait list, but you're going to pay more later this month when we reopen that. So there you go. Let's not talk about some of those. Some of those are like weird. Yes, ninjas are awesome. I don't have the hookup anymore. But that was a hookup. I don't have any hookups for glasses. I used to work with Warby Parker. I don't know if I think they're still in existence. They're basically, I think they were the first people who did like the online ordering process. But yeah, there are lots of those now. So Warby Parker is the only one I used to work with, but there you go. I was buried in quotes and my notifications was like, live demo now. And I was like, why not? This is more fun than quotes and emails. Rich. Well, I'm glad you made your way in. I'm glad that we could offer you a little bit of like relief from all of the drudgery. It's part of what we got to do in business, unfortunately, for sure. Wait, Billy. Oh, there we go. Do you cover analytics, search algorithms, shadow banning, and other reach problems in our workshops or otherwise. So in the content strategy workshop, we'll talk about that. But it's a lot of that is also focused on like, how do you solve these problems through not just tactics, but also through engagement and through your personality and getting people to connect with you, right? And that's really what it is at the end of the day, to be fair, Billy. It is about creating an audience that show up for you every single week, and you control the reach. You don't let Facebook or YouTube or anybody else control your situation and your promotion cycle. So that's, yes, I definitely help you with that in the content strategy workshop. That doesn't come out until spring, but you could, if you go ahead and get the bundle, what you can do is you're gonna get an offer for a 30-day trial into our group coaching program, which allows you to join our live Q&As, which allows you to ask questions in our community at any time, which gives you access to more training outside of the workshops, so in our knowledge base, right? So that is a really important thing to have access to if you want to like solve these problems outside of the workshop. So that's where we can dig in and we can be like, all right, you know, if you're facing this problem, let's chat about how you fix that. So we can definitely help you out. If you go here. Smooth. So smooth. Livestreamingpros.com/studio. That goes away very soon. Let me show you what you got to do when you get there. So when you get to that page, I keep forgetting to like go full screen there. You're going to see this, and then you're just going to hit pre-order discount. That's going to drop you down here. You see that you get the three different workshops, excuse me. And then you're going to pre-order now. And then you're just going to fill out the form and you'll be in. You'll get that option to add group coaching. And that is giving you 4 different things. So let me walk you through that. It gives you access to our community. It gives you access to our live Q&As. It gives you access to our knowledge base, which is additional training beyond the workshops. And then also it gives you access to our accountability calls on a monthly basis. And that is where you can get together on Zoom with other group coaching members and you can be like, all right, I'm going to tackle this. And then you have accountability. You say it out loud. It really keeps you connected with what you're trying to do and your goals. It makes you move forward. It gives you that accountability, that structure to make the progress that you're looking to make on whatever level that is. Darn it. Hitting the wrong buttons. It happens. 20th quote in 2 days. You need to slow down, dude. I'm going to see what my paycheck is for this week. I really want to bring something fresh and new to the artist niche. I've started something, but next level is always warranted. Yeah, and I was talking to a client yesterday, one of my one-on-one clients, and I was, she's in an industry that nobody is doing much video. And we were talking about how when you add all of this extra fancy stuff, it just blows your industry up, right? And so if you can find ways through the technology in order to take your stuff to the next level, and especially if nobody else is doing things like that, like in her industry, everybody does podcasts, but nobody's doing much video. And so she's not going to do a podcast. She's going to do video and live streams, and she's going to blow them out of the water with a high production stream and quality. And it really can add to your credibility, to your reputation, to the business side of things, because then people start to flock to you. And it's a really powerful thing. Like time and time and time again, I can't tell you how many of our students have been able to see much bigger revenue just by creating a professional video studio. Like, their revenue increases tremendously just because of that. So it's a pretty powerful thing. So that is why there. All righty. You guys are just chatting. Thank you, Lee. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Again, if you have not gotten that, Friday is your last day to get that bundle discount. $67 for 3 different workshops coming out between now and the spring. And you will pay more later on this month when we re-release it for good, for like, it's out there, it's public. This is a pre-order discount. So you have the first module available to you right now. So if you go ahead and get it, you can get started with the first workshop, Create Your Dream Video Studio, and we will be releasing the rest as soon as they're out of editing. Okay, so go ahead and get that. Friday, noon Pacific is the deadline, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. UK time. I will hope to see you in there. And if you do grab group coaching, I would love to see you on some of our calls and get to know you and help you personally. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Thank you, Susan. It is a rockin' deal. Have a great day. You too. It's been so long since it's been sunny. Go point your camera at the sun. I think that sounds like a fantastic idea. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I'll see you on Friday. Bye.